Welcome to a head-to-head for Goodwin Boxing ahead of their fight this Saturday night, March the 11th at York Hall. Two prospects, two men early on in their careers that are taking a bit of a risk, meeting one another head-on. We've got Lewis, who I love the fact that you've included your nickname in there, but Lewis Lights Out Clifford against Ross McGuigan. Fine wine McGuigan, in reference to presumably your age, Ross. I don't want to make any assumption.
You presume correct.
So yeah, we've got two men. Lewis, you're 1-0 in your career. Ross 3
Mhm.
took a big risk out in your last fight, didn't pay off, but I think it sums up what I love about this fight is that we've got two men relatively early on in your professional careers that have come together to have a fight. We don't see it that often. I think that's what catches the imagination of people that will be there Saturday night. We'll start off with that. Lewis, you are 1-0, won
Mm.
your debut fight.
Mhm.
So early on
Yeah.
in your career, why this fight for you against Ross?
Why this fight for me? Because I just want to fight everyone, really. You know what I'm saying? I want to get a move on. I want to climb through the rankings, and I feel like this is a good fight for me to prove myself, and crack on and move forward. You know what I'm saying? I want to achieve things in the sport. I don't think I've got the biggest window in the world. I'm 30, so I want to push on, and I feel like this is a good fight for me to make my statement.
And Ross, you're coming off the back of your fight on Sky Sports. As I say, it was a big step up. Didn't pay off, but you're coming back down. You're fighting a prospect, somebody around your kind of level, 1-0. You could have had far easier return fights than this. What's in it for you in terms of taking on Lewis, and why that fight?
It's a similar thing for me. Like he said, he hasn't got a long window, and he's 30. I'm 37, so my window is like this right now. But nah, for me, I got into boxing because I like fighting, I like boxing, and I want to test myself. Like I don't feel like, I mean, as much as you can learn along the way against journeymen in fights, but you can also do that by having competitive sparring and training a lot. Do you get what I mean? Like as for under the big lights in the ring, I want to test myself. I want to test myself against people that are coming to win, that have got ambition, and that's where I find myself now. You know, like you said, the last one didn't go to plan, but we jump straight back on the cart and we go again.
And what did you take away from that Vidal Riley fight, Ross? Was it? I mean, you held your own. You were in there for the first few rounds. You were, you were in that fight against a highly touted prospect. What do you take away from it outside of the first loss of your career, but more the learning side?
Um, I don't know. It was weird because at the time I didn't feel like I was nervous or anything like that, and I don't look back and feel like that was an issue. But when I do watch the fight, I do look at it and think I don't look like myself. I wasn't reacting and doing things that I would naturally do. So maybe the occasion did get to me somewhere, or maybe the emotions got to me a little bit. I'm not too sure, but I've taken a lot from it. I've got a new coach since that fight. I've been training. I've upped my training. Everything that I thought I was doing, that I thought was enough, clearly wasn't. So I've gone into another gear, and yeah, I've just upped everything, and I plan to put not the record straight, but I plan to jump back onto the winning streak now.
And Lewis, did you watch Ross's fight against Vidal?
I did, yeah, actually. I did watch it. I did watch it. Before I even knew I was even going to be fighting, I think for my debut, we called out and asked many fighters if they wanted to fight. Obviously, I had an opponent, but that opponent pulled out, and obviously we asked Ross McGuigan if he wanted to fight. I think he might have had different plans, and a couple other names. So yeah, definitely seen obviously some footage, and I watched the fight, and it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So obviously I've seen what I've seen, but I'm just looking forward to Saturday. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I've done what I've needed to do. Camp's gone great, and I'm just right now. I'm just zoned into Saturday, and that's that. That's all I can say, really. You know what I'm saying?
Did you take anything from that McGuigan against Riley fight? I mean, are there things
I mean,
that
I took what I could. It didn't last very long, but I took what I could. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Obviously, was it the second round, second, third round, or something like that? But I saw what I saw, and yeah, not really need to say really much about it. But whatever I did take and whatever I did see, it's all obviously something that we work on in the gym, and it will all be shown, and everything will get executed when it needs to be. On a Saturday.
Ross, you've got a smirk on your face there.
Yeah, it's just interesting. I like hearing it. I can see he's got the fire in his belly, and that's good because he's gonna need it. Because I'm coming with the same intentions. I can tell you that right now. And
Good.
trust me, you're not gonna see the same guy you saw on that show. So whatever you
That's
feel like
great.
you've seen, whatever
Yeah, good. That's
weaknesses,
good.
openings, holes,
Mm,
you know what I
mm,
mean? They're not gonna be there. But it's good. It's good. That's the
mm.
whole reason why I accepted
I'll
this
rather
fight.
beat. I'll rather beat the best version of yourself. So you know what the version of yourself you showed in that fight. I wouldn't want to beat that version anyway. So I see it like I would want to beat the best version of any fighter I fight against. So if you come on your A game, that's great. I want that because at the end of the day, I want to know that I beat the best version of you. So yeah, that's yeah.
Well, it's good
Mm.
you got aspirations like that, but you ain't winning this fight. I can tell you that.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. That's it. It's cool. You're meant to have that confidence as well, as all fighters. We're all supposed to have that confidence. You have to go into every fight believing that you would win, and and you should have it. If you didn't have it, then why would you even be lacing up a pair of gloves? So you know, you keep having that confidence. You know, hopefully it will bring out a great performance and ultimately a great fight. But in my mind, there's only one winner. It's me, and that'll be proven on Saturday.
And Ross, I
Yeah.
see you here. You're calm. Your demeanor's very measured and kind of polite. I've also seen you in the ring against Ozzy Jervier. You were very different in that fight. Like when you're in the ring, you're a very different person. You were quite fiery within the ring that night. Is that something you're going to bring when you fight Lewis? Do you think that fiery element, that almost like psychological element as you go into the ring as well?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, anytime I get in the ring, I'm in there for one reason, that's to win by any means necessary. And we're in the ring to hurt each other. So how it might look on the outside, it might look like I'm coming across aggressive or I'm fiery, but inside I'm totally calm and I'm measured and I'm calculated. But I've definitely got a bit of spite in me when it comes down to trying to execute the game plan for sure.
And Lewis, what do people or what can people expect from you Saturday night? You've only had the one fight, so there will be people that haven't become familiar with you. What kind of style, what kind of fighter will people expect to see?
You'll see what needs. You'll see what you see. Like I'm just obviously, like I say, you just said it yourself. I'm 1-0. A lot of people haven't seen me really in action. So, like I said, this fight here is a great fight for me to make my statement and prove and show people what I'm about. This will be my first show at York Hall. Obviously, my first fight was an away fight on very short notice. We took what we could at the time. So this is actually my first sort of camp where I've known my opponent, and with my first time fighting at York Hall. So it'll be great to put on a show in front of the people that are coming to support, and ultimately my home show. So this is it. I can't really tell you my style. People don't know my style. People don't know what they're really going to expect. But that's the beauty of it. See what I'm saying? So just wait and see. Yeah.
Ross, does that unknown element of Lewis bother you at all? Have you managed to find any footage of him fighting, or are you comfortable finding out on the night?
No, I've seen the one fight he's had. He has a particular style. He comes, he's got his name is lights out. He comes to war. You know what I mean? And I like that. That's what I like. But yeah, the wild style that he tries to bring is not going to work. I can tell you that it's not going to work. But we'll see on Saturday. We'll see on Saturday. The best man's going to win, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Put it that way, because like the same thing for him. I've had a whole camp centered around one opponent. With Vidal, I had 3 weeks. notice, but I'd also fought 3 weeks before, but I wasn't in the gym like that for them 3 weeks. So kind of, you know, you're in your rest period after a fight. It was just an opportunity that I definitely couldn't miss. But you know, there's not really an unknown element. It is what it is. You know, we all bring our own style, but once we get in the ring, that's it. It's just two men boxing each other, and that's what it is. It's going to be a boxing match. It's not a fight, and that's what I'm going to show. I'm going to show my boxing skills come Saturday night.
Good luck.
Do you each see this as not maybe a final one, but a step towards, say, area title level for both of you, and perhaps, you know, maybe within 1, 2, 3 fights, moving on to that?
Definitely a step in the right direction. No matter what it is, it's going to be a step in the right direction, you know, for me and for him. So, you know, winning is the right direction. So whatever comes of this fight is a step towards whatever it is that we're aiming for, what I'm aiming for. Obviously, titles, you know what I'm saying? And of course, this is why I'm choosing these fights. Otherwise, I'll be fighting cab drivers. So I'm here trying to fight fights that are risky, because I believe I can win. Simple as that. I'm only taking these fights because I believe I can win wholeheartedly. And whatever it is that is brought to the table, I'm going to deal with it. And whatever style I have to be and whatever fighter I have to be on the night, I'll be that fighter and I'll get the W. And that's it.
And why is it that you win on Saturday night, Lewis? What is it, do you think, that you've got that Ross doesn't?
I have what it takes to win. I don't know Ross. I don't know him as a person. I'm not going to sit here and talk about him as a person as though I know who he is as a person. That's just not my job to do that. My job is to train, to do what I need to do to get myself prepared for every fight. And my job is to know myself and my own mindset and my team, to trust in my team and to provide the results that I know I can provide. And so obviously may the best man win, of course. And that'll be me.
And Ross, what is it that you've got that puts you above Lewis, gets you the win on Saturday night?
Same thing that he said, man. Like, it's not what I've got above him, because like you say, I don't really know him. He's only had one fight that you can watch on, you know, to get any kind of feedback from. But I know me, and I know what I'm coming to do, and I know my journey. I know my direction, my dreams. And yeah, I have to win this fight to carry on, to go and get where I want to be, which is the area title within 1, 2, 3 fights, whatever it may be. But 100% a win on Saturday is a must.
And gents, while we're on it, I've been asked by Steve Goodwin to do a spin for who's got the home corner and who's going to walk out second on Saturday night. So, Lewis, I'll leave you to call the first one, which is for the home corner in the fight. So, there's my coin. Spun. Heads or tails, mate?
Heads.
Heads it is. I'll show that to the camera. Hopefully you can see that. So, Lewis, you will be in the home corner for Saturday night. Ross, I'll leave you to call for walking first or second. Heads
I'll
or
go tails?
You're going tails. It's also heads again. Hopefully you can see that. So, Lewis, that leaves you to choose. Do you want to walk first or second on Saturday night?
I'll walk second.
All right, you're going to walk second. Right, I shall update Steve and let him know. And there we go. Saturday night. I love the fight. Respect fully to both of you for taking a fight that neither of you had to take. And I wish that more people around small hall boxing would take these fights and fight their peers. So
or maybe this fight would inspire other fighters. You put it like that. And they might see this and think, you know, maybe we should take more risks in this boxing game. And go against the grain, take these risks. That's what it's about. That's what this game's about at the end of the day. We're all in it. We all train hard and we all come to win. And we all want the biggest tests. We don't want to be beating cab drivers that ain't really worth fighting. And so therefore it's best to get up in there, take them risks, and the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. So that's that.
Couldn't agree more. As I say, full respect to both of you for taking these fights that that ultimately you don't have to take, but the fans are going to be the ones that benefit from seeing it as well. And I'm sure they'll see a cracking fight come Saturday night, York Hall.
Yeah.
Any sponsors that you both want to shout out before we wrap up?
But shout out Trapaholic. Shout out That Life. Brands coming soon, being released soon. But yeah, that's it for now.
And for yourself, Ross, anyone that's supporting your career, sponsors, etc.
Yeah, I ain't got no sponsors like that, but I'm just going to shout out my team and the people that are close to me that help me continue to train on a daily and keep me on the path to achieving what I want to achieve.
Brilliant. Gentlemen, best of luck to both of you.
Also want to shout out Blast Fit, the gym, obviously, that do great classes in Ealing. So anyone that wants to obviously come down, if they're based near Ealing, they want to come down and get a great class in, boxing classes, fitness classes in general. Yeah, so that's that.
Brilliant. Best of luck to you both Saturday night. Stay safe, stay healthy, enjoy the fight, put on a show for the fans who'll be there. And again, if you inspire other fighters to do the same as you two are doing, then excellent. Take care. Best of luck Saturday.
Thank you.